13 to 14. Does anyone remember what we read the last time?
Hare Krishna.
Hare
So,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. It was a conversation between the Dichi and demigods, how demigods were talking about the principles, what uh, the Dichi wanted to hear about from them. At first, they started by saying about there were two kinds of people in this world. Uh, one who gives charity, one who are able to give to the ones who are asking. Um, they don't know, if they know the difficulty of the ones who are asking, they shouldn't be refusing them. And then ones who are asking are the other kind of people who may not know the other's pain when they are giving, so they should be having the gratitude for them too. And then they also told about the pious souls give everything for others welfare, and that they praised the Dichi about he was very kind and affectionate. We went on to hear about other religious principles that are appreciated, like the ones who are unhappy to see others in distress and who are happy to see others in happiness. And this kind of religious principle is very much appreciated. And it's also the same principle that's taught in Buddhist of non-violence. And also Jesus Christ says the same, do not kill. And Lord Krishna has also told in Bhagavad Gita, every living entity is a part and parcel of God. And a Vaishnava, by virtue of knowledge, sees with equal vision both a learned and a gentle Brahmana. He sees Paramatma in everyone. But he may treat every living entity differently because, of course, we all are different. And uh, they will equally dispose to every living entity without lamenting and attain the pure devotional service. They do it for the pleasure of Krishna, because they do understand that Paramatma is in everyone. A Vaishnava is a para dukha, para dukhi. That's what it explains. Then we also read about Shreya Archanam, which is the ultimate goal of life, keeping Krishna in the center. But whenever we are, thinking about where are we, where we should be, what is right, what is wrong, and what we should do, what we shouldn't be doing, we should understand para upkara, upkuryat, which is helping others without our selflessly helping others. And Dadichi understood this. He already knew this, and he understood this very well, that material cause was, he understood this very well about the spirit souls. And that's why he placed himself as a spirit soul, cutting all the material bonds. He controlled his senses, life force, and mind and intelligence, and he became absorbed in trance. We were given reference by Prabhupada about the life of Dhritarashtra, how by the instructions of Vidura, he had also renounced and he became a mystic yogi. He had identified himself as the servant of God, and he engaged in the loving relationship at the lotus feet of Lord. Then you also shared about uh, a recent Vaishnava who had passed away. So it's like how they have been tirelessly working even at the time of distress, even at the time of the near death experience. They still do that service for the Lord. They do it for his pleasure. They keep them in center. So it it just helps us to understand more the association of devotee. When you are there around them, you learn and get so much while they are there around you. Even hearing from you when you shared it, it helps to transform us. I mean, we don't think about the bodily things and the possession that we've been reading about. Then we also read about how the material body, when separated from the soul, gets easily transferred to Krishna Lok if we have fully surrendered. And Lord Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, whoever at the time of death thinks of me, quits his body, remembering me alone, at once attains my nature, there is no doubt. He's assuring that. And that is why we have to understand that what Dadiji said, it's a very painful time at the time of death. We have to keep practicing, we have to keep chanting constantly so that we can overcome that fear at the time of death. And that he was also a perfect yogi, and he died in trance thinking of Krishna. And this is the true bhakti yogi. This is what is the true bhakti yogi, the highest of all the yoga, as explained by Lord Krishna also. Surrendering and being in faith, he had that faith in Lord Krishna. Yeah, that's what I remember. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So we'll continue reading text 13 and 14. Atendro Vajram Udyamya
Atendro Vajram Udyamya
Nirmitam Vishwakarmana
Nirmitam
Vishwakarmana
Vishwakarmana
Mune Shaktibir Utsikto
Mune
Mane
Shakti
Shakti
Utsikto
Utsikto
Bhagavad Tejasanvitaha
Bhagavad
Bhagavad
Tejasan
Tejasanvitaha
Prito Deva Gane Sarve
Mrito
Pito
Deva
Deva
Gane
Gane
Sarve
Sarve
Gajendro Pariyashobhata
Gajendro
Gajendro
Pariyashobhata
Pariyashobhata
Stuyamano Muniganes
Tuyamano
Stuyamano
Muni Ganes
Trilokyam Harshayan Iva
Trailokyam
Trailokyam
Harshayan
Harshayan
Iva.
Iva.
Translation and purport. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Thereafter, King Indra very firmly took up the thunderbolt manufactured by Vishwakarma from the bones of the Dadichi, charged with the exalted power of the Dadichi Muni and enlightened by the power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Indra rode on the back of his carrier Airavat, surrounded by all the demigods, while all the great sages offered him praise. Thus he shone very beautifully, pleasing the three worlds as he rode off to kill Vṛtrāsura. So, who made the thunderbolt?
Vishwakarma.
Vishwakarma.
Yeah, and from what did he make it?
From the Dadichi's bones.
Dadichi's
The
bones,
bones.
that's
Yeah.
right. And Airavat, he is carrier of Lord Indra. What is he? Does anyone know? What does Lord Indra ride?
Horse, right? Isn't it? Horse? No.
Elephant.
White horse. Elephant. Oh.
Elephant. Yeah.
Okay.
Airavat is the elephant.
Airavat.
He appeared while the churning of the ocean.
Churning of the. Okay. So who took the horse then? There was someone who took. There was a horse that came out also, right?
Ucheshwara. Yeah, horse also came. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there was a horse also. I don't
White
remember.
horse.
Yeah. I don't know who rode it though.
Okay. Okay.
Vṛtram abhyadravachatrum
Vṛtram abhyadravachatrum
asuranikayuthapahe
Asuranikayutapahe
paryastam ojasa rajan
Paryastam ojasa rajun
krudho rudra ivantakam
Krudo Rudra Ivantakam
My dear King Parikshit, as Rudra, being very angry at Antak, Yamraj, had formally run towards Antaka to kill him. Indra angrily and with great force attacked Vṛtrāsura, who was surrounded by the leaders of the demoniac armies. So it seems there was a pastime where Rudra was running towards Yamraj to kill him. I don't know this pastime, but it seems in the same way Indra is running towards Vṛtrāsura. Tata Suranam Asura.
Tata Shurana Asure
Rana Parmadaruna.
Rana Parmadaruna
Treta Mukhe Narmadayam.
Treta Mukhe Narmadaya
Abhavat Prathame Yuge.
Abhavat Prathame Yuge.
Thereafter, at the end of Satyug and at the beginning of Treta Yuga, a fierce battle took place between the demigods and the demons on the bank of the Narmada. Herein, the Narmada does not mean the Narmada river in India. The 5 sacred rivers in India, Ganga, Yamuna, Narmada, Kaveri, and Krishna, are all celestial. Like the Ganges River, the Narmada River also flows in the higher planetary systems. The battle between the demigods and the demons took place in the higher planets. So Prabhupada is clarifying, because we may think, oh, this battle happened here in India. So Prabhupada is clarifying that just as the Ganges water, the Ganga, she also flows in the heavenly planets and then the earthly planets, and then she goes down to the lower planets. So it seems the Narmada River also is there in the heavenly planets. The words Prathame Yuge meaning in the beginning of the first millennium. That is to say, in the beginning of the Vaivasta Manvantar. In one day of Brahma, there are 14 Manus who each live for 71 millenniums. The 4 yugas, Satya, Treta, Dwapar, and Kali, constitute 1 millennium. So means the 4 yugas together, they are called 1 millennium or 1 Divya Yuga. The Chatur Yuga, it's called Treta, Satya, Treta, Dwapar, and Kali Yuga. So 4, right? So it's called 1 Chatur Yuga, or it's called 1 millennium, or it's called 1 Divya Yuga. And in life of 1 Manu, there are 71 millenniums. And just like they are in our 1 day, it's divided into hours, right? 12 hours day, 12 hours night, supposedly. So Brahma is 1 day. There's 14 Manus. Each Manu is for 71 millennium. We are presently in the Manvantar of Vaivasta Manu, who is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. Imam Vivasvati Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha. So, who is the Manu currently ruling?
Vaishvasvat Manu.
Yeah, Vaivasvat Manu. That's right. We are now in the 28th millennium of the Vaivasta Manu. So 28th millennium, that's how, because Krishna comes, no? 7th Manu and the 28th millennium. So we can see Krishna just was here in the Dwapar Yuga, which just finished. So this is the 28th millennium. So Brahmaji is like kind of middle-aged, 50 years old. But this fight took place in the beginning of Vaivasta Manu's first millennium. One can historically calculate how long ago the battle took place, since each millennium consists of 4,300,000 years, and we are now in the 28th millennium. Some 120,400,000 years have passed since the battle took place on the bank of the river Narmada. So Prabhupada is calculating for us, when did the fight happen? 120,400 million years ago. Because it was in the beginning of Vaivasta Manu's first millennium. So that's how he's calculating. Rudrer Vasubir Aditya
Rudre Vasubhi Aditye
Avish Ashvibhyam Pitra Vahani Bihi
Ashvibhyam
Ashvibhyam
Pitra Vahini
Pitrvarnibihi
Marudbir Rubhubi Sadhya
Marubhi
Marubi Sadhye
Vishve Dever Marutpatim
Vishve Devim
Dever
Krutim
Marupatil
Drishtva Vajradharam Shakram
Rishtva
Ishtva
Vajradharam
Vajradharam Shakram
Shakam
Rochamanam Svaya Shriya
Rochamanam
Vimanam
Swaya Shriya
Nam Shrish Nam Rishiyan Asura Rajan
Nam
Nam Shri
Rishi
Asura
Asura
Rajan
Rajan
Mridhe Vṛtrāsura Saraha
Vritte Vritrapura Saraha.
Vṛtrāpurasara.
O king, when all the asuras came onto the battlefield, headed by Vṛtrāsura, they saw King Indra carrying the thunderbolt and surrounded by the Rudras, Vasus, Adityas, Ashwini Kumaras, Pitas, Vahanis, Maruts, Ribhus, Sadhyas, and Vishwadevas. Surrounded by his company, Indra shone so brightly that his effulgence was intolerable to the demons. So Lord Indra has appeared with his fellow being, like he's accompanied by so many different personalities. Namuchi Shambaro Narva
Namuchi Shambaro
Narva
Vimurda Rishabho Suraha
Vimura
Rishabha
Shubhosura
Suraha
Hayagriva Shankushira
Hayagriva
Griva Shankushira
Shankushira
Viprachitir Ayomukhaha
Viprachitir
Viprachitir
Ayomukha
Uloma Vrishaparvacha
Uloma
Loma Vrishaparvacha
Vishaparvacha
Prahetir Hetir Utkalaha
Prahetir Hetir
Heti
Utkalaha
Utkala
Daiteya Danava Yaksha
Daiteya
Daiteya
Danava
Danava
Yaksha
Yaksha
Rakshamsi Cha Sahasrashaha
Rakshamsi
Sahasrash
Sumali Mali Pramukhaha
Sumali
Sumali
Mali
Mali Pramukhaha
Kartvasvara Parichadaha
Kartasvara
Kartasvara
Parichadaha
Parichadaha
Pratishidhyendra Senagram
Prati
Pratishid
Siddhendra
Senagram
Senagram
Mrityor Apidura Sadam
Mrityor
Mrityur
Apidura
Abhidura
Sadam
Sadam
Abhyardayan Asambrantaha
Abhyadaya
Abhyardamyan
Asambrantaha
Asamkritantaha
Simhanadena Durmada
Simhanadena
Nadena Durmadaha
Gadabi Parigerbane
Gadabi
Gadabi Parige
Parigirvane
Pane
Rasa Mutkarato Mare
Prasa
Prasa
Karato
Mudgarato
Mare
Mare
hundreds and thousands of demi-demons, yakshas, rakshasas, man-eaters, and others, headed by Sumali and Mali, resisted the armies of King Indra which even death personified cannot easily overcome. Among the demons were Namuchi, Shambar, Anarva, Vimurdha, Rishabha, Asura, Hayagriva, Shankushira, Viprachiti, Ayomukha, Puloma, Vrishaparva, Prahiti, Heti, and Utkala. Roaring tumultuously and fearlessly like lions, these invincible demons, all dressed in golden ornaments, gave pain to the demigods with weapons like clubs, bulgeons, arrows, barbed darts, mallets, and lances. I was interested. I was so interesting. We hear demigods, here we read demidemons. So, okay, Shuleb,
So they are
Parash,
half demigod, half demigod, half demon.
Demidemons. Yes, yeah,
Demi-demons,
half
semi, right?
demons, maybe.
Yeah.
Half demons, maybe. I don't know. Not quite demons. Almost there,
Interesting.
but not quite. Sorry, yeah. Shule Parsh. Parash Vadhe Khad Gaye.
Shule
Shule
Parashvade
Paraswati
Khadge
Khadge.
Shatak Nabhir Bhushun Dibhi.
Shatakni Bir
Shatakni
Bhushan Dibi
Tundibi.
Sarvato Vakiran Shastre.
Sarvato
Sarvato
Avakiran
Vakariran
Shastres.
Shastre
Astrescha Vibhudarshabham.
Astrescha
Atresya Vibhudarshabha.
Vibhudarshabha
Armed with lances, tridents, axes, swords, and other weapons like Shatagnis and Bushundis. The demons attacked from different directions and scattered all the chiefs of the demigod armies. Nate drishyanta sanchanaha.
Nate
Te
Drishyanta
Drishyanta Shastanaha
Sanchanaha.
Sharajale samantataha.
Sharajale
Sharajali
Samantataha
Samantataha.
Sukhanu punkha patite.
Unkha
Punkha
Unkha
Punkha Patite
Ite.
Jyotim Shiva Nabhoganehe.
Jyotim Shiva
Jyoti
Nabogane
Nabogane.
As the stars in the sky cannot be seen when covered by dense clouds, the demigods, being completely covered by networks of arrows, falling upon them one after another, could not be seen. So it was so many arrows. Na te shastrastra varshauga.
Nate
Te Shastratra Vasauga
Shastra.
Ye asedu surasaiниkan.
He
Asedu
Asedu Surasenika.
Surasenika
Jinna siddha pathe dever.
Chinna
Jina
Siddha
Siddha
Pate
Pathe
Deve.
Deve
Lagu haste sahasradha.
Lagu
Lagu
Haste
Haste
Sahasradha
Sahasrata.
The showers of various weapons and arrows released to kill the soldiers of the demigods did not reach them because the demigods, acting quickly, cut the weapons into thousands of pieces in the sky. So it's like showers of weapons. We have showers of water, rain. It was raining weapons. But the demigods were able to cut everything to pieces. Athashinastra shastrauga.
Atashinastra
Shinastra Shastrauga
Shastrauka.
Giri Shringa Durmo Pale.
Giri
Shringa
Shringa
Drumopaleha
Drupale.
Abhyavarshan Surabalam.
Abhyavarshan
Yavashan Surabalam
Surabalam.
Chichidustam Chapurvavat.
Chichidustam
Chichidustam
Purvavat.
Chapurvavat
As their weapons and mantras decreased, the demons began showering mountain peaks, trees, and stones upon the demigod soldiers. But the demigods were so powerful and expert that they nullified all these weapons by breaking them to pieces in the sky as before. So first they were showering all the weapons. The demigods were breaking them in the sky itself. So now they are throwing trees, mountains, stones, but the demigods are also breaking them also in the sky. Akshatan swatismato nishamya
Tan akshata
Swastimatu
pastimato nishamya
shastrastra athabrit ranatha
shastrastrapuge atha vritranatah
drumer drishadbir vividadrishinger
dhume drishadve vidadrishinger
avikshatam statra sur indra sainikan
avikshatam tatrasu indrasenika.
When the soldiers of the demons commanded by Vṛtrāsura saw the soldiers of King Indra were quite well, having not been injured at all by their volleys of weapons, not even by the trees, stones, and mountain peaks, the demons were very much afraid. So now the demons are seeing that they are not, that they're kind of losing, so they're getting scared now. Sarve prayasa abhavan vimogaha
Sarve prayasa abhavan
vimogaha
krita krita deva ganeshu daitye
Krita krita
deva
devagane
ganeshu daitya
shudaiti
krishnanupuleshu yatha mahatsu
Krishna
Krishnanupuleshu yatha mahatsu
Rudre prayukta ushati rukshavachah
Shudre prayukta
prayukta
usati
usati
ruksha
shavachaha.
When insignificant persons use rough words to cast false, angry accusations against saintly persons, their fruitless words do not disturb the great personalities. Similarly, all the efforts of the demons against the demigods who were favorably situated under the protection of Krishna were futile. There is a Bengali saying that if a vulture curses a cow to die, the curse will not be effective. Similarly, accusations made by demoniac persons against devotees of Krishna cannot have any effect. Demigods are devotees of Lord Krishna, and therefore the curses of the demons were futile. So the demons were trying their best to fight with the demigods, but the demigods were under the protection of Krishna. So Rakhe Krishna Mare Krishna Rakhe ke. And Prabhupada is saying there's a Bengali saying, vulture is cursing the cow, nothing's going to happen to the cow. The curse is not effective. So the demons' accusations have no effect on the demigods because of personal protection of Krishna. Te swaprayasam vitatham nirikshya
Prayasam
Vitatham nirikshya
harava bhakta hatayo dadarpaha
Hara abhakta
abhakta
hatayudarpa
hatayudarpaha
palayanaya jimukhe visrijya
Palayanaya
Palayanaya
jimukhe
jimukhi
visrijya
visrijya
patim manaste dadhur atasaraha
Patim
Manaste
manaste dadu
Dadur
atasara.
Asuras were never devotees of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, lost their pride in fighting when they found all their endeavors futile. Leaving aside their leader, even in the very beginning of the fight, they decided to flee because all their prowess had been taken away by the enemy. So the demons are seeing that they are losing, so they are fleeing the battlefield. They are leaving Vṛtrāsura there. Vṛtrāsuram stan anugan manasvi
Vritur
Shuram
shuram anugan
Manasvi
pradhavata prekshya babhasya etat
pradavatas
Pradhavatah Prikshirabhasha Etat
alayitam prekshya balam cha bhagnam
palayitam
Tam
prekshya balam
Prikshirabhasha
cha bhagnam
mayena tivrena vihasya viraha.
mayena tivrena vihasya viraha.
Seeing his army broken and all the asuras, even those known as great heroes, fleeing the battlefield out of intense fear, Vṛtrāsura, who was truly a great-minded hero, smiled and spoke the following words. So great-minded hero, Sukadev Goswami is describing Vṛtrāsura as a great-minded hero. Kalopananam ruchiram manasvinam
Kalopananam
Papanam
ruchiram
Ruchiram
manasam
Manasvinam
Jagadavacham Purusha Prabhiraha.
jagadavacham
Jagadavacham
purusha
Purusha
pravira
Prabhira
Eve Prachite Namuche Puloman
he viprachite
Prachite
namuche
Namuchi
man
Puluman
Mayana Narvancham Parameshu Nutvam.
maya
Maya
navarcham
Narvacham Prameshridvam
parimeshudam.
According to his position and the time and circumstances, Vṛtrāsura, the hero among heroes, spoke words that were much to be appreciated by thoughtful men. He called to the heroes of the demons, O Viprachiti, O Namuchi, O Puloma, O Maya, Anarva, and Shambar. Please hear me and do not flee. Jatasya mrityu dhruva eva sarvataha.
Jatasya
Jatasya
mrityu
Mrityu Dhruva Eva Sarvataha
sarvata
Pratikriya yasya nacheha klipta.
pratikriya
Pratikriya
yasya
Yasya
nachihasti
Nacheva
tam
Klipta
Loko yashaschatha tato yadihi amam.
loka
Ko
yashasya
Yashascha Tato
tato
Yadihi
yadiyam
Amam
Punam amrityum navrinita yuktam.
ko nama
Nama
mrityum
Mrityu
navrineta yuktam
Yuktam
Vṛtrāsura said all living entities who have taken birth in this material world must die. Surely no one in this world has found any means to be saved from death. Even Providence has not provided a means to escape it. Under the circumstances, death being inevitable, if one can gain promotion to the higher planetary systems, and we always celebrate it here by dying a suitable death, what man will not accept such a glorious death? If by dying one can be elevated to the higher planetary systems and be ever famous after his death, who is so foolish that he will refuse such a glorious death? Similar advice was also given by Krishna to Arjun. My dear Arjun, the Lord said, do not desist from fighting. If you gain victory in the fight, you will enjoy a kingdom. And if you and even if you die, you will be elevated to the heavenly planets. Everyone should be ready to die while performing glorious deeds. A glorious person is not meant to meet death like cats and dogs. So this is the Kshatriya Dharma. So Vṛtrāsura is telling the demons, you're soldiers, you know. It's glorious to die in the battlefield for a soldier. They can get promotion to the heavenly planets, and then they over there they can enjoy. So Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport that similar advice Krishna was giving to Arjuna. So everyone should be ready to die while performing glorious deeds. That's what Prabhupada's mood was. And we can see that, he was translating, giving purpose to Srimad Bhagavatam almost to his last breath. So this is his mood. Everyone should be ready to die while performing glorious deeds. And we can see Gopal Krishna Maharaj, he was like truly a Prabhupada man. He also gave up his body on the field. He had gone for a new center that was going to be opened up in Dehradun. Dvai, Dvai, hmm? Dva, Dvayo? How do you say that? Let's see.
Dvau samata iha mrityu durapau. I'm not sure.
Okay, Dvaya Samatva Samata Ihamrityu Durapau.
Dvau samatva iha mrityu
Dvau
durapau.
Yad Brahma Sandharanaya Jitasuhu.
Yat Brahma Sandaranana Yajitasu
Kale Varam Yogarato Vijayan.
Kalivaram yogaratu vijaya.
Yad Agranirvirashaye Nivritat.
Yat
Agranirvijaya
Agranirashaye
Agnivritaha. Hare Krishna, your voice is echoing. I think some glitches there when you speak.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
There's some echo coming.
Now it's okay. Sometimes there is a glitch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There are two ways to meet a glorious death, and both are very rare. One is to die after performing mystic yoga, especially bhakti yoga, by which one can control the mind and living force, and die absorbed in thought of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The second is to die on the battlefield, leading the army and never showing one's back. These two kinds of death are recommended in the Shastra as glorious. So Sukadev Goswami is saying, what are the two types of glorious death? Two types. One is giving up the body while thinking of the Supreme Lord. And the other one is to die on the battlefield. Thus, in the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 6th canto, 10th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled The Battle Between the Demigods and Vṛtrāsura. So we'll end here. Did anyone want to add anything or any comments? Well, it's pretty straightforward. This chapter is more, it's all about the fighting between the demigods and the demons, and then the demons have gotten afraid and they are fleeing, and Vṛtrāsura is telling them, hey, don't flee. It's better to die in the battle.
So
Srimad
Vṛtrāsura
Bhagavatam.
is actually very knowledgeable. He's actually a devotee, right? Oh.
Yes, we are going to hear, we are going to
That's what,
hear
the
later.
way he's speaking, like the way he's spoken, that, that everyone has to die. Whoever takes birth has to die. Leave this body. So why are you running away, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. And we are going to hear later even more from him, And then we can see like, wow, such an amazing personality. Mm. So thank you so much. Shla Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.